Hello, new Beatles song called Now and Then is out. People are commenting on the internet. I wanted to jump in on the party. I love that it's out. I love that people are excited. I think even more, that's almost one thing I always love about the Beatles is how everybody gets excited, and it still goes on generation after generation of new people getting excited. Do I think it's the greatest song ever? I personally don't. I think I've heard the demo before, so it wasn't a huge surprise for me. And all the production on top for me didn't necessarily make the song structure better. It made it the Beatles, and which is really cool, and all that nostalgic value I think is totally worth it and super exciting. As usual, I watched Rick Beato's breakdown of it and David Bennett piano. I think those are awesome channels to watch. I think their takes on it are probably similar to how I feel. I listened to it a few times before, just so I would get my own opinion right away. I didn't think it had the classic kind of Beatles excitement that I remember even when I first bought Abbey Road used when I was 4 years old or something in 1972, and just that knock your socks off. But I mean, what do we expect? The song was pieced together, years and years after the tape was made, and the two remaining Beatles are in their, I think, early 80s or very late 70s at the earliest. And I'm not discounting their effort at all, although I thought Ringo kind of sounded like really just laid back on it, but I think that's the way he plays drums now. So, and then Paul sounded like he wasn't necessarily reminiscing to the tones of his old voice. He just sang like a relaxed Paul would at the glorious older age that he is. And so it makes sense. They're just doing it from the truest spot of their heart. So I definitely appreciate that. I like the song. The more I listen to it, it actually kind of sinks in, and I'm certainly not sick of it. And I've probably listened to it 20 times already and watched a bunch of little videos on it, which once again, I think in this era is almost the most exciting thing to see the Beatles generation after generation. People get excited about it. So chord wise, which this channel is the mysterious art of songwriting. I think there's some classic John Lennon moves in there that actually are. I hear one that's really reminiscent to a song off A Hard Day's Night, like just a little move between a major and minor key. That feeling, and then I noticed another thing in the chorus is, to me, reminded me of how he plays the beginning of A Day in the Life. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm going to show those to you right now. But I think the song, it's in A minor, and it starts with A minor. I know it's true. And Rick Beato said that's a G over an E minor or a G6, which is awesome. It's a great alternate bass. So it's almost like a haunted G. I know it's true. It's all because of you. And if I make it through, I'm mine. This is the cool part. So that's an E chord. It went F major 7th to E to. So right there, it almost sounds like it's in an A major key, but it relaxes back to the A minor. It's an A sus4, but. So that reminds me of a song, if you break my heart, I'll go, but I'll be back again, which starts in A minor and ends in A major. So I thought that was a cool, like my ear hears that right away, that with the E major chord and kind of an A major sounding chord. So very John Lennon, which is super cool, and a repeated kind of style that he used very early. So, if you break my heart, I'll go, but I'll be back again. back to the Now and Then song. I know it's true. It's all because of you. And if you make it through, I'll try. I might be missing one chord. But here's the chorus. It goes to G. Now and then I miss you. So just that move, the G to the B minor, and I'm putting an F sharp bass on it because this is the first two chords to A Day in the Life. It's like, I read the news today, oh boy. And then it goes to E minor. About a lucky man who made the grade. And though the news was rather sad. So I'm even kind of almost singing a similar inflection. I can hear it. So those two remind me a lot of each other. So I think that's super cool. No one's pointed that out yet. And the coolest thing about A Day in the Life is he clearly plays a G to a B minor with an F sharp bass, which is almost, it's that, I mean, this is just an interval of that chord, but it's walking the bass line back. But it has that kind of haunting deep tone, especially on guitar, and you can really hear. And that reminds me, honestly, of how he's playing the Now and Then verses. The I know it's true. Even that's a whole step in the bass line, and A Day in the Life is a half step. I read the news today, oh boy. Those are the rad things about John Lennon's chords, and I don't even know that if that's how he wrote some of that stuff, but Paul McCartney played the bass line over it, and they came together, and none of these chords are out of wild chords out of nowhere, but they're just subtle touches and make it so good. Okay, so that's my breakdown on Now and Then. The only other thing is I happen to be watching another video on the chords of Paul Simon's 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover, and I noticed that song has that E minor with the G bass over it, or a G6 chord. In the breakdown of that, he actually explains it on the Howard Stern show, and some other people have dissected it online, which is awesome. But it's like, so that's all in E minor. Now and Then's got the verses in A minor, but it still has that E minor with the G on top of it, which maybe that was a big chord in the 70s. I would think that 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover and Now and Then were within a couple years of each other. I should check. But anyway, that was my other observation. And I don't see E minor with a G bass on it used all that often anymore. I'm certainly going to try it. So let me know what you think. Now and Then, I'd say overall I'm giving it, there's no way I can't get excited. I don't even want to rip myself off from how much excitement it is, but I wasn't blown away. But I think I could find a million ways to enjoy it. But I don't know if I could expect that it should be, She Loves You re-released for excitement or something, or I Want to Hold Your Hand. So of course I wish they were making a whole new album, but this is what we get. And I hope everybody enjoyed my little version of it. And just trying to keep these videos going, and it looks like a few people are watching. So thank you everybody that is. I'm gonna try to get good at these things. Give me a thumbs up, and more than anything, I love it if people subscribe, because I want to keep covering this great mystery of songwriting and give my perspective as a striving songwriter through the years, and I think it's a cool community, and it's a great art form, and I'm glad that YouTube's here so that we can all share stuff. All right, take it easy. Bye.